from company car to sleeping in the car, and what happened next. I worked for lots of companies as a salesperson, and I got to a situation where I got myself into some really good sales positions and got some really good accolades for the job I did, and then decided to go and do something with my brother. And we had the one product, which was the Uni Blade, which was a starting product. We decided between us that I would go out and knock some doors and go and try and get some interest and some clients. This was 18 months of slog. I'd gone from being a consumer, which meant I get my wages, I got my bonuses, which were quite handsome, and I had quite a nice lifestyle. I had a company car, I had all the stuff that comes with that. And then I go to driving the only car that we could afford, which was a Seat Ibiza, which was a bit of a come down from where I was before, and driving literally all over the UK, like thousands and thousands. That poor car went through some brutal journeys, and even more brutally, money was so tight at the time that I had to go from staying in swanky hotels and having a nice lifestyle to now having to occasionally sleep in the car because money was so tight I couldn't even afford a bed and breakfast. That kind of changed my mindset completely from consumer to producer. Now, what do I mean by that? Like everybody else in a job or doing a job, you go out, you do a week's work, you forget about it the weekend if you can, and then you spend money, you go out to the cinema, you go to parties, you do whatever you do, go on holidays, and you spend your money, and you don't save very much, and that's the consumer way. So all of a sudden, what used to be, not that much of a bother, 20, 30 quid, was now massively important to me. Every penny counted, because not only was I trying to sell products, I had to have enough money left over to actually get somewhere to sleep at night. So that really focused me on, right, I've got to hit X amount of sales every day, which means I've made enough money in that day so I can afford to get myself a B&B. Add to that back then didn't even have any money for credit facilities, so I couldn't give my customers 30 days or 60 days or whatever it was, 30 days from the end of the month. So I would try and do the sale and then close the sale and go, right, that'll be 75 quid, please. And they go, what? I go, well, we're a really small business and it would really help us out if you could pay me today. They couldn't pay me on the day, I couldn't do business. So it was a real hard growth plan for me at the beginning, and it was really small acorn and lots and lots and lots of hustle and hard work. From there, I suddenly realized, okay, I have to become a producer, because not only do I have to make enough money to live, I need to separate the business money from personal money, because I need cash flow. Cash flow is king in any business. You don't need so much cash that you don't know what to do with it, but you do need cash for the day-to-day running of a business, and also to allow you to grow to the next level, to employ a team, to get more products, to get more processes in place. This was a really slow journey to begin with, and I spent months and months and months, 18 months, 20 months, before I actually saw a return on the investment and started seeing, wow, okay, I'm getting money coming in regularly now. People are ordering product without me having to go to see them. And then from there, people are asking about other products. Now, because I'd become a producer instead of being a consumer, I put enough money aside in the business and separated it from the meager salary that I was taking at the time to allow the business to invest in more products, because money is worth nothing. Money doesn't make money. The stuff that you do with money makes money. So the products that we're making a profit. And if they weren't making a profit, I didn't invest in them where it had a good return on the investment, so that I could then add more product. And then when we got to a situation where everything was too much, there was too many customers to see for one person, then we invested in another person to go and do another part of the country. And then it all became a lot easier. But we didn't lose sight on the fact that that money had to be in place all the time. Now, particularly if you're getting goods from foreign countries, some of our goods come from the Far East, Some of them are made in the UK. Most of the goods that come from the Far East need to be paid for before they even leave that port. If you're ordering enough products to last you 3 or 4 months, you then have to add in another 3 months for the product to be made and to be delivered. And then you add in things that happen in the world, like the Suez Canal crisis. That adds another 3 weeks or 2.5 weeks to the journey, because all the ships now have to go around the Cape of Good Hope, around South Africa, instead of through the Suez Canal. So that adds another amount of time where you're not getting return on that investment. So sometimes we've got products that we won't get a return on for 9 months, because once we've actually sold those products, the customer then wants 30 days from the end of the month before they pay for it. So that's another 2 months. So you need deep pockets to be able to do that. And if you want to do it organically, it takes time. We didn't borrow money because we didn't really have the facility to be able to borrow money. So we had to grow organically. And the growth rate, although it was constant and we've never gone backwards in the 10 years we've been in business, we've always grown by 20, 30% every year. It's because we've kept our money safe and we've invested it wisely, and we've not taken great big pots of money and consumed that money in wasteful things like Ferraris, expensive cars, massive holidays, giving ourselves trinkets and lots of pleasurable stuff, because that comes when you reach a certain size. You have to concentrate on the business first, and the rest of it will come in time if you are persistent and diligent with your money. If you're on your journey from young startup entrepreneur business, don't give up. Keep moving forward. I can tell you from experience that there are times in the last 10 years when I've thought, oh my God, I don't even want to get out of bed. This is so tough, so hard. I'm not a kid. I'm closer to 60 than 50. And I started my business when I was 48. If I can do it, I'm pretty much sure that anybody with the right persistence, mindset and focus would be able to do it. If you liked what you've heard in my story and you'd like to share your story with me, I'd love to hear from you. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, and I look forward to hearing from you. Thanks for watching.